Welcome to the Academy Kids, and thanks for stopping by and tuning into our section on scientific notation. We've done a few videos already now on just explaining what scientific notation is, dealing with the expanded forms. Okay, so here we go, and in this question here, we need to write each number in scientific notation. So we just got any regular numbers, and we need to write in scientific notation. Two things we have to remember when we do it in scientific notation: it is a product of two factors. So two numbers have to multiply each other to give us the given number, but the rules are simple. One of the factors has to be between 1 and 10. Okay, equal or greater than to 1 and less than 10, and the other factor has to be a power of 10. So let's turn this big number 1,425,000 into scientific notation. So if our number has to be between 1 and 10, so our first factor is going to be 1.425. Okay? And then times, now it has to be a power of 10, so you know your base is going to be 10. Your exponent now, what does our exponent have to be? What was the rule? We have a decimal that's right here on the end of the zeros. We have to move it how many times? And that's going to equal your exponent. We have 6 times it has to move to go in between 1.425. So there you have it. 1.425 times 10 to the power of 6. Now if you did the math and multiplied it by 10 to the power of 6, you will end up with 1,425,000. Let's try the next one here. We have the number 62,000. So again, our first factor has to be between 1 and 10. So we can move the decimal until we get 6.2 times. Now how many times did we move the decimal to get it to 6.2? And that's going to equal our exponent. And there you have it there, boys and girls, 10 to the power of 4, because we had to move that decimal 4 times. So 6.2 times 10 to the power of 4. Next question, 210. If we need to change that, remember your first factor between 1 and 10, so we can make it 2.1. It can't be 21.0 and it can't be 0.210. It's got to be between 1 and 10. So we have 2.1 times 10. And how many times did we have to move that decimal? We had to move it 2 times, so that gives us 2.1 times 10 to the power of 2. One more before we move on to the next question. 6,200,000. So we make our first factor 6.2 because that's between 1 and 10, multiply by our base, once again 10, and the exponent depending on how many times we have to move that decimal. And if you guess 6 times, that's correct. So 6.2 times 10 to the power of 6. Okay, next question is write the expanded form of each number in standard form. So we are working the other way now. We're given the expanded form, and then we have to put it in standard form, which is just the value of this number. Okay, so let's work on this here. 4 times 10 to the power of 4. So we have 4 times 10, 1, 2, and we have 4 zeros because the zeros will equal our exponent, and then plus 4 times 10 to the power of 3. That means we're going to have 3 zeros, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1,000. Okay, plus 5 times 10 squared is 10 times 10, which is 100, plus 6 times 10, which is 60, and finally we have 1 at the end. So at the end of it all, we have to add up what we have here. So we have 4 times 10,000, which is 40,000, plus 4 times 1,000, which is 44,561. And that's the standard form. Taking it from expanded, putting it in a standard form, that is the value of what you find there in expanded form, okay? 44,561. Okay, so moving on to our next one, we have 8 times 10 to the power of 6 plus 9 times 10 to the power of 3 plus 6 times 10 to the power of 1. So I've written our first step here, and we've changed our exponents into the expanded form. Okay, and now we have 8 times 1 million, because 10 to the power 6 is 1 million, because we have 6 zeros, plus 9 times 1,000 plus 60. So in standard form, we have 8,009,060, and that's what that would look like in standard form. One more to go, boys and girls. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added this line in for you. 7 times 10 to the power of 5 is 7 times 100,000, because we've got 5 zeros, plus 8 times 10 squared, which is 8 times 100, plus 8 times 10, plus 2. So we have 7 times 100,000, which is 700,882. And that would be the standard form for this question, boys and girls. So what you need to do is do these questions in a couple steps. Make sure you get it all right. Make sure you're changing your exponents to the proper numbers and vice versa, and taking numbers like 1 million and writing them properly in exponent form, because if you mess that up, it'll ruin the whole answer at the end. Okay, so this is Mr. G signing out one more time. Hopefully this has helped you a little bit with scientific notation. Check out other videos on the same section. Signing out once again. We'll see you soon.